Hey guys, Bias Ramos, and today the Miami Dolphins lost to the Buffalo Bills 37-20. Pretty much emulates the last game score-wise. So let's get into it.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.
So yeah, now the Miami Dolphins fall to 2-8, while the Bills go up to 7-3, and it was a decent game. Up until halftime, pretty much. Halftime. So, let's go over some stats. Josh Allen went 21 for 33, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and 0 sacks. Meanwhile, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 32 for 45, 323 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but he was sacked a total of 7 times for a loss of 43 yards. 7 times. 7. Rushing attack for the Bills. Devin Singletary, 15 carries, 75 yards. Josh Allen, 7 carries, 56 yards, 1 touchdown. He pretty much ran all over us. Frank Gore, 11 carries, 27 yards. Isaiah McKenzie, 1 carry, 10 yards. Then when it comes to Miami, Kalen Ballage, 9 carries, 9 yards, 1 touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 1 carry, 7 yards, 1 touchdown. Patrick Laird, 1 carry, 7 yards. Ryan Fitzpatrick, 1 carry, no yards. Myles Gaskin, 1 carry, no yards. The running game was not there. The offensive line did not have a great game at all. The Bills were in the backfield instantly once the ball was snapped, pretty much. It just was not a good day in the back end of the Dolphins offense. Just offensive line was just completely destroyed by Bills defensive line and linebackers, yada yada yada. Buffalo Bills receiving. John Brown had 9 receptions for 137 yards, 2 touchdowns. His longest was 40, and he was targeted 14 times. John Brown beat us. Yeah. I said don't let John Brown beat us, and he beat us. So, it is what it is. Cole Beasley, 4 receptions, 38 yards. Dawson Knox, 2 receptions, 32 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah McKenzie, 3 receptions, 21 yards. Let's see, Frank Gore, 1 reception, 18 yards. Tyler Kroft, 1 reception, 6 yards. Devin Singletary, 1 reception, 4 yards. And then when it goes down to Miami, Devontae Parker, 7 receptions, 135 yards. Longest was 50. It was a big play. Mike Gesicki set up a block from downfield. Then we also have Allen Hurns, 4 receptions, 53 yards. He was getting the ball thrown to him a lot today after signing that big contract extension. Oh, my God. Next, we have Patrick Laird, had 6 receptions, 51 yards. A lot of those were in garbage time when the Dolphins were pretty much out of it, and they're just trying to claw their way back in. Jakeem Grant, 3 receptions, 32 yards. Albert Wilson, 3 receptions, 26 yards. What else? Mike Gesicki, 4 receptions, 18 yards. Kalen Ballage, 5 receptions, 8 yards. And Myles Gaskin was targeted once. Now, there was a lot of fumbles. There was a whole bunch. Devin Singletary, he fumbled the ball twice, and he recovered it once. John Brown recovered the other. And then also Allen Hurns fumbled the ball, and Jordan Poyer recovered it for the defense against the Dolphins. That was such a close call on the fumble. It could have honestly gone either way. It could have gone incomplete pass, or it could have gone fumble. Bias saying Dolphins would say it was not a fumble. It was pretty close. I can see why they say it's a fumble. But yeah, it was just after the onside kick recovery, Dolphins got an onside kick recovery, and then once they did that, they had momentum, and then boom, that play happens a couple plays later after that, and totally sucks the life out of the Dolphins, and honestly takes them out of contention in this game. Tremaine Edmonds was all over the field for the Bills. 12 total tackles, 5 solo. He had half a sack, 1 pass deflection, and he had 2 QB hits. Matt Milano, 7 total tackles, 4 solo, half a sack, and 2 pass deflections and 1 QB hit. Let's see what else. Tre'Davious White had a tackle for a loss. Star Latuie had a sack, 2 tackles for a loss. Ed Oliver had a sack and a tackle for a loss. Jordan Phillips had a sack and a tackle for a loss. Shaq Lawson sack. Jerry Hughes sack. Corey Liugin, I probably said it wrong. He had a sack as well. Now, when it comes to the Dolphins, Jerome Baker was our leading tackler today. I hope he found his mom. He was looking for his mom last game. He had 12 total tackles, 5 solo. Let's see, Jamal Wiltz, 10 total tackles, 7 solo, 1 tackle for a loss. Nick Needham had 6 tackles for solo and total, and he had 2 pass deflections. He was playing pretty good. He almost had an interception, kind of dropped it. And there wasn't really much else to highlight. Rashad Jones had 6 total tackles, 1 solo. Devon Godchaux got a QB hit. So did Sam McGuavin. That was pretty much it. And there was 1 tackle for a loss from Jamal Wiltz. That's pretty much it defensively. There was no interceptions for either side. On kick returns, Andre Roberts had 1 kick return for 44 yards. Meanwhile, Jakeem Grant had 5 kick returns for 198 total yards. His longest was 101, which was a touchdown kick return. Definitely brought some energy into Hard Rock Stadium, but it was not enough. Punt returns, Andre Roberts had 3 punt returns for 21 yards. And let's see, kicking, Steven Hauschka went 3 for 3 on field goals and then 4 for 4 on extra points. Jason Sanders went 2 for 2 on extra points. Punting-wise, Corey Borquez had 5 punts for 218 yards. 1 of them was in the 20. His longest was 51. And then Matt Hack had 6 punts, 262 yards total. 3 of them in the 20, and his longest was 59. So it was a pretty good day punting-wise for Matt Hack. But yeah, Miami came up short in this game and then lost to the Buffalo Bills. Now that being said, this puts the Dolphins at 2-8, and I believe, if I am not mistaken, that means we are pretty much last overall. Let's see. Bengals are last, then the Redskins, then us, then the Giants, Jets, Buccaneers, Broncos, Falcons, Cardinals. Pretty much after you get to the Broncos, Falcons area, Cardinals are a team that could go up or down. They still have yet to play the San Francisco 49ers, but they're currently up on them 16-6, which is interesting. Philadelphia is up on New England 9-0, and then Oakland is down 7-0 against the Bengals. So maybe the Bengals could win. Who knows? Hopefully the Bengals get a win. That would be great for not only us, that would be great for, just us. Pretty much. Redskins are pretty much blowing up this entire thing. They got blown out by the Jets, and that means they're probably not going to win another game this season. But in all honesty, the Dolphins regressed. They were doing good. They were taking the right steps, going forward, and pretty much all crumbled down today. They did not play well at all. There were some spots, some brief moments, but besides that, the defense could not get into Josh Allen's face, and that's what they needed to do to beat this Buffalo Bills team. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case, and the Dolphins ended up losing the game. Definitely that turnover, the Allen Hurns fumble, that was a punch in the gut, because the Dolphins just needed that so they can continue, especially after recovering the onside kick, which was a great play by the special teams. Bills were 15 yards off the point of the kick for the kickoff, and they noticed that, and they're like, hey, onside kick, you can recover it. I really like that play, but besides that, Dolphins are in trouble right now. They've fallen down to 2-8. Might not even make it to, what do you call it? They're already out of playoff contention, pretty much. And that wasn't their goal for this year. The goal for this year was to build and try to get better, and not only that, just look forward towards the draft, because we have a plentiful of draft picks in the first round, second round, third round, 4th round, 5th round. That's pretty much it. We have a couple in the 6th and 7th rounds, but mostly all of our eggs are in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and a little bit in the 5th round. So yeah, there's that. Dolphins are the second to last team in the AFC behind the Bengals, and yeah, they are 2-8. I don't know how many times I said that, but it's a little frustrating. Just because I like seeing my team win, but definitely it's going to be a tough little stretch of games for the rest of the year, especially since there's no hope. Even though I wasn't expecting them to make the playoffs, it's always good to have that optimism and feel happy for when your team does win or it does good, yada yada yada. But that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a nice thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, click the post notification bell option, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram at @ByAustinRamos, and check out ByAustinRamos.com. That is all, and fins up.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team.